Hello and welcome to the Ask Ardyce podcast. We are going to do this kind of like a radio show style thing. Just let Grandma can answer all of your wonderful questions. We were so impressed. There's 39 comments already.
Good God.
I know. I posted this around lunchtime and it's just after dinner and 39 comments. So we won't get through everyone's questions today probably, but we'll try to get to those that we can, to the important ones maybe.
Don't say that. Don't say
That's true. That's true. Every question's important.
every question, yeah.
Yes. So we'll get through some of them today. So I'm going to start with a question from my buddy Josh. This is Josh Pantalleresco. I hope I'm saying that right, buddy. Here's his question related to the coronavirus, I think is what he's talking about, and self-isolation. He said, am I crazy for thinking this moment in time is an excellent opportunity? What do you think, Grandma?
Well, Josh, I guess I've had to spend a lot of time with myself over the last few years, and I've learned to be very comfortable with it. But it isn't something that's easy for people to come to terms with. We don't always think that our own company is great, and our own company can be very great. We get all the right answers that way, Josh. So, yeah, it's not an easy thing, and I know I live in a seniors lodge, and I know there's many people in here struggling with that, and I'm just very thankful that I'm one of the people that can handle my own company for some time. Sure, I'd like to go out. You bet I would. I'm going to miss out on a great holiday, but that's how it is. So, yeah, Josh, it's a time and place in our world that I never expected to see, and I'm sure you young people never dreamt this would happen in your time. And I wish it hadn't, but it will improve. We will get through this like we have all other things.
Yeah, and I love what you say, Grandma, about being comfortable with yourself. You know, I think that's something that, you know, in this day and age, we're taught to go, go, go and always be plugged in and always be moving forward. And so to just be spending time by yourself and be comfortable with yourself, I think is a pretty good thing to aspire to. So, yeah.
You bet it is. You bet. So it's a good question, Josh.
Yeah, absolutely. And so this next question I'm going to ask you, Grandma, is one that you have already answered, but she's done a follow-up. So I thought we'd just bring in the question one more time, have you kind of sum up your answer, and then I'll give you the follow-up that she gave with it. So she said, Dear Ardyce, I've been with my boyfriend for 3 years. This year I will be 41. He is the most wonderful man I've dated, except he hasn't asked me to marry him yet. Is it better to wait and see if he asks me or to look elsewhere? There isn't much time left to dilly-dally. Thanks in advance. Unmarriageable in Calgary, which I love that little sign off. So did you want to just sum up kind of what you told her originally about, should she be waiting around for him or looking for love elsewhere?
Well, the big thing I said to her was if they had talked about marriage, Miranda, in the past, then she needed to bring that subject up again.
Right.
And I believe the answer she would get from this wonderful man, well, I didn't say wonderful man, I said the answer she would get to that question would tell her what she needed to know.
Yes. Yeah, I think that's a great answer, Grandma. So talking about basically just opening up the communication, right? Like really figuring out what he wants and what she wants and seeing if that's the same thing, hey?
Right.
And so she followed up and said, ask her this. If I ask him about it and it turns out he wanted to propose, but I wasn't patient enough, could it backfire and make him more reluctant?
No, and first of all, I'm going to say to you, you are not unmarriageable. Please don't put negative things on yourself. That's really not a good thing to do. And you say this is a wonderful man. So I believe that you need to open up the communication lines. And if you say to him, what are you feeling about us going forward? And see what he says. And you'll get, if he doesn't want to marry you, then you're going to learn that. And I think now is the time for you to learn that. So try and be brave. It's not an easy one, and I will certainly be with you in spirit.
Yeah, that's a really great answer, Grandma. So basically it's a win-win because you either find out that he's not into it or you find out that it's meant to be and you're gonna do this thing, right? But either way, it's better to find out now than later, hey?
That's right. whatever comes out of it is what's supposed to come out of it.
That is a great way to look at it.
Yeah.
So, you already addressed Josh Forbes, so I'm going to skip that one, though he had a fair deal of sass in there. I'm going to just skip right over it.
That's why I put lots of sass back in there.
You knew what to do. And then, oh yeah, Ethan's, I really liked your answer to this, but I'd love to hear you say it over this recording, if you don't mind. Ethan asked, what is your summation of life to this point? Best practical advice. So what was your best piece of practical advice, and what is the summation of life? That was such a big question that you had such a good answer to.
I believe I said this is a very difficult question to answer.
Yep.
Because we have such highs and lows in life.
Mm-hmm.
But I believe love is the most important thing.
Yes.
In our everyday life. If we have that, we can get through so much more.
Perfect, Grandma. And you said the best practical advice, you said after that, was just live each day to the fullest.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree with that 100%. Yeah.
Yeah. No, you summed it up perfectly, Grandma, almost word for word.
Okay,
I really love you saying, yeah, first of all, that's a difficult question, but also that, love gets us through. And I thought that was so uplifting. And Katrina actually replied to your comment there and said, this is gold. Thanks for all the love you give to all of us, Grandma. So little pick me up there from your response. So yeah, it hit home.
Well, Jan mentioned said something too.
Oh, Jan. Oh, yeah. Did she send you her question?
No.
Okay. Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking about Jan, because she's the next one on our list. But you're probably gonna giggle at this one, because you'll know exactly what she's talking about as soon as I say it. So Jan said, "Dear Ardyce, my partner has an amazing mother, but somehow she did not raise him to be a gentleman at times. He has a huge flatulence problem and continues to eat beans and veggies and let her rip at inappropriate times. What should I do?"
Well, my darling Jan, how do I go from here? Oh, I wish I could somehow tie it off so that it only could happen when we wanted it to, Jan. Oh boy, I don't know how to help you on this one, but maybe I'll try and tie him down when we're out of this outbreak and see what I can do with him. I love you both.
Oh my gosh. If his own mother can't fix it, I think it's a lost cause, Jan. Sorry about that one. I think you're SOL. Okay. Emily Hicks with a very silly question indeed, but I'll go ahead and read this out. Dear Ardyce, I have an eternal argument with a good friend about the correct pronunciation of the word pasta. Could you please let us know if it should be pasta or pasta? This would really help to resolve this major thorn in our friendship.
Don't let something that simple have anything to go wrong in a friendship, please. I say pasta. I have a granddaughter who speaks many languages, and she says pasta. So you know what? We just have to say it the way we're comfortable with it, and please don't let it spoil your friendship, whatever you do. Just go with that pasta pasta.
So, I guess the important thing is not to let this be a rift in our friendship. I am a pasta pronouncer, just like you, Grandma. I got that from you. But Emily is on the pasta side of the fence. And we also had one more sub-comment from Dad asking what the correct pronunciation of bagel would be. How would you say that word?
Oh, it's bagel. It's not bagel.
Okay.
Bagel.
I was hoping
bagel coming.
I was hoping for 2 for 2, but I guess that's just not the case. Hey, all right. Well, we'll just take what we can get.
You're open 2 for 2.
Well, I was hoping you'd say bagel, but, bagel is the common pronunciation, so I'll let that one slide.
Oh, sorry, son.
Well, he's going to be happy that you said it that way, so it's okay. It was me that you shot in the foot there, but I'll survive. I'll survive.
Yeah, you will.
Okay, so this one I'll read out, and there's a picture to go with it that I will describe to you and then send to you after we're done talking here. But This one's from Cousin Shawn. Dear Ardyce, in light of the current pandemic, social distancing has become quite important. I have 2 coworkers who refuse to maintain a safe and responsible distance. How can I let them know I appreciate their collaboration efforts, but really want them to stay out of my office? And this picture she attached is of the 2 pets really cuddled up with them there and not really appreciating and maintaining a safe and responsible distance. So I think the pets are their coworkers that they're having trouble keeping out of their space.
Okay. Oh, my darling Shawn, I'm so sorry, kiddo. I can just see your dilemma, because these 2 animals are not used to having you adults all at home in the house and in the house 24/7. You can't even hardly take them for walks. I don't know. The only thing I can think of is put them each in their own pen and pack them around. I don't know how else you could make that one work, hon.
That's a good answer. That's as good an answer as any, I think. And I think if I had those coworkers, I might just let them up in my personal space anyhow. I would risk the side effects of that. And one last one. This is a more serious one, Grandma. This one is, Dear Ardyce, I had a friend for 15 years, and it seems like we are on different paths at the moment. I'd like to think that we would rekindle our friendship at some point in life, but that is just a possibility. Do you believe that friendship can come together again after somewhat of a break?
Yes, I really and truly do. But I'm going to tell you that I can understand your dilemma 100%. I am being nervous about reaching out to someone that I haven't been in contact with for some time, and I know it's my doing. I must reach out to them. I must take responsibility for it. I've been neglectful. I don't know what your circumstances are with your friend, but you know what? If you can just have the courage to reach out to them, especially in our such terrible, troubled times right now. We need everybody around us that cares about us. So really try and reach out, and hopefully you're going to help me to reach out to my friend that I've been neglecting. So go for it, young person.
Yeah, that's really nice. Nice that it inspired you too, Grandma. That's
yeah, for sure. Yeah,
it's a good little motivation. And now I'm not sure what her life situation is, but if you feel that you're drifting with a friend, are there times when it's best to just let it drift?
This is a tough one unless I know that
Right.
the sexes are the same or different. If you're in a relationship with someone, then drifting is not a good thing if you want it to last.
Right.
You need to talk to each other. You need to face it up front. Whatever it takes to find out if you need to slice it off or if you need to glue it back together. I don't know just what your circumstances are, but with a partner, it's altogether different than a friend. So maybe if you want to send something in and give us a little more detail on what you're looking for, we can help you.
Good piece of advice. And that brings us to the end of the comments. Any words of wisdom to close off here, Grandma?
Have a good night and just hang in there. We're all going to get through this terrible mess that's in our world right now. Be safe and be happy.
So that was Ask Ardyce. I hope you got as much out of that as I always do. If you have any other questions, feel free to post them on Facebook, and I'll nag Grandma with some more questions soon.